will the vernacular Mass be around 100 years from now, or do you think the Latin Mass will return as the norm?
No, I do believe the Latin Mass will return as the norm, especially as the Church becomes ever more, the Latin Rite becomes ever more multinational. You see, the problem is, and this is funny, in the secular world, they're constantly looking for a unifying language. They've come up with things like Esperanto and Interlingua, but we Catholics aren't so bright. We don't, we're not really together brain-wise. At the very moment when the world is so globalized, it'll make you sick, we abandon our major obvious symbol of unity. It's really stupid. But, and I'm not saying stupidity is a bad thing, I do it a lot. It will, however, once the generation that worshiped 1968 have gone to hippie heaven or wherever they go, the needs of the Church will be evaluated by those whoever is in authority then, more on the basis of what's needed than what we committed ourselves to in 1968. One exception will possibly be the Anglican Ordinariates, but not really, because even there, they use a very sacral Elizabethan English. And every day as spoken English becomes stupider and stupider, and not that that's a bad thing, as I've said, but becomes further removed from its roots, that Elizabethan English becomes ever more incomprehensible. And that is not a surprise, because if you look not just at Christianity, but at religion in general, liturgical languages inevitably become extinct. Even as with Church Slavonic, it was originally devised to make the liturgy, the Byzantine liturgy, intelligible. But
yeah, we were talking about, and there's no real cause that you've arrived at in terms of why liturgical languages become extinct. It's just one of those things.
Just one of those things. See, no matter what people in authority, whether church or state or anything else, want to do, there are certain realities of human nature and of nature in general that they can't really do anything about. If you stop eating, you'll starve. Now, the Supreme Court could pass an injunction that from now on starvation will not occur, and that even if people don't eat, they'll still be filled. They could do this. It wouldn't mean anything. So too, those in charge at the moment in the Church can try to kill Latin all they want. But even if they succeeded somehow, the vernacular tongues would become extinct in rapid succession.
Well, let me challenge you a little bit on this one.
Sure.
Because the vernacular Mass is celebrated in many different ways, obviously.
Yeah.
So why do you think that the Latin Mass will become the norm as compared to the vernacular Mass morphing more toward incorporating Tridentine elements? Because we've seen this already.
We sure have. But the answer is that, especially given the conflicts that no doubt await the Church, the need for a pan-Catholic identity that transcends nationality is going to become ever more important. And that's something that the younger generation of priests and seminarians understand in a way their elders don't quite catch. It's an important badge of Catholicity, that Latin language, the ability to go anywhere in the world and link into it. This was something, incidentally, during the two world wars, that was a big deal for Americans overseas, American soldiers. They might be sent to France or Germany or wherever, but they go to Mass and it was the same Mass. The hymns might be different. The sermons would be incomprehensible, and possibly they were fortunate that the sermons were incomprehensible. But it was the same Mass they were familiar with. Contrariwise, immigrants to this country from all over the world that were Catholic, traditionally everything else in this country might be strange and alien to them, but not the Mass.
Okay. Well, I've seen vernacular Masses also have quite a bit of Latin in them.
And they will have more and more.
And they'll have more and more. But despite them having more and more, you're still saying that the Latin Mass, the Tridentine Mass, will replace, or will become the norm.
Yeah. I mean, it may be that what Benedict wanted to see, which was the Novus Ordo enriched and transformed by the traditional Mass until it became virtually indistinguishable. It may be that happens.
Okay. See,
I mean, I'm not. I'm not saying what the specifics will be.
Okay.
What I am saying is that by the time this process is done, if you could magically transport a person from, say, 1951 to Mass in 2071,
Okay.
he would be far more at home than somebody transported there from 1973.
Okay, good.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.